This is the Anna Gale Lines podcast, where we discuss how to live a significant life. And here is your host, author and life coach, Anna Gale Lines.
Hey there, amazing viewers. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We discuss topics that help women live significant lives. If you're a returning viewer, I'm glad you're here as well. And if you're a man and you resonate with what is being said, go ahead and stay tuned. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified when new episodes are uploaded. Also, like and share this video with anyone you think can benefit from it. So today we're going to take a deep dive into success strategies, setting ourselves up for success. Whether you're here to reflect on your own journey or seeking guidance, we've got you covered. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, sit down and relax, and let's get started. In a world brimming with opportunities and challenges, it's crucial to equip ourselves with the right mindset, strategies, and habits that pave the way for a successful journey. Whether you're embarking on a new career, striving for personal growth, or pursuing your dreams, the principles I will share with you can be the guiding lights on your path to achievement. So first, let's define your vision. Success begins with a clear vision. Imagine your future where you've achieved your goals. What does that look like? What have you accomplished? So let's think about this. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. You've time traveled to the future. What do you see? Do you see yourself as successful? Do you see yourself as achieving your dreams? And if you have achieved your dreams, what does that look like? Who are you partnered with? Who are you married to? Do you have children? Do you not have children? If you do have children, are they behaved? Are they wild? What are they doing? And what does your career look like? Have you accomplished your goals in a way that is satisfactory to you? So, have you achieved your career goals? Have you achieved your personal goals? Have you achieved your marital goals? Do you have a good marriage? Do you have a good relationship with your children? What is your influence? So, are you making an influence on other people? So, are you helping other people? Are you doing your best to leave a legacy? Because more times than not, we only think about personal goals in relation to ourselves. But we need to use our goals and our visions to better this world, to better the universe, to better other people. So, how are you 10 years from now helping other people to have better lives? Is it by helping out in food banks? Is it by adopting children? Is it by, starting a YouTube channel and, helping people with their struggles? What is it that you are your motivational speaker? What is it that you are doing to help better this world and leave it better than you found it? Because that is why you're here, is to leave it better than you found it. But the problem is that too many of us are living our lives for us and our families, and we're not seeking to do anything for others. We're not seeking to help anybody besides us and our family and our circle of friends. But we need to think about the bigger picture. Who can we help? Who do we have the resources to help and to give them a better life? So we need to define our vision. We need to define what that vision looks like. Does it look like, being married with children? Does it look like having the corner office at our jobs? Is it starting our own business? Is it coming up with technology to help people? What is your vision? And then we need to write it down. Because too many times we have this vision in our head, but we don't write it down. And people are more successful when they write down their vision and their goals. They need to put it before them and see it every day. You need to see it in the morning when you wake up. You need to see it at night when you go to bed. You need to see it on the bathroom mirror. You need to see it in your planner. You need to see it on your dashboard. You need to put your vision wherever you're going to look every day. Because we need to be able to see our vision. But more than that, we need to also break down our vision into actionable steps. Because if we don't break it down into actionable steps, we are never going to fulfill that dream and that vision. We have to have SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-sensitive goals. So how can you break down your grand vision into actionable steps, into actionable goals? And I am a big component of it needs to be a daily action. You need to take daily action on your goals. You need to take daily action in order to get that vision fulfilled. Because if you're going to write a book, instead of looking at the whole book, like 60,000 words or more, you need to break it down into daily goals. Like I write 500 words a day. 500 words a day accumulated over time is going to give you that 60,000 words or more. But you didn't write 60,000 words in one day. You wrote 500 words a day. And that's how you got to your goal. But the problem is too many people think about the goal, but they don't have any idea how they're going to get there. They have no idea how they're going to do it. That's why they've got to break it down into actionable steps. Because if we don't break it down to actionable steps and steps that we can take every day, we are never going to achieve our goals. We are never going to achieve that vision. And we're not going to be able to help people if we don't achieve that vision. So we need to do that first of all. And then we need to develop a growth mindset. We've talked about this a lot, but what is a growth mindset? Too many times we will do something and we will think that we are failures at it and we will never try it again. Like we go to work, we go to a new job, and because we're not good at it at first, we think that we're not good at it at all and that we shouldn't be in this industry anymore. But that's not true. Everybody's got to fail. Everybody's got to have a day one, a learning curve. And that is what a growth mindset is. It is a learning curve. It is a place where we don't have a fixed mindset that, A equals B. We have to learn that we can learn. So we can learn to be better YouTubers. We can learn to be better authors. We could learn to be better musicians. But we have to put in the time to learn that skill. We have to hone our craft. We have to, put in the hours to do it. Because it takes at least 10,000 hours to be good at anything. And too many times we think that if we're not good at the beginning, that means we will never be good. But that's not the truth. We can always get better. We can always master our craft better if we just put in the time to practice, the time to learn. And that's what a growth mindset is, that we're learning as we go. And we're putting in the time and the effort to practice and to learn more than we know right now. And we have to stay in that mentality that there's more to learn. And that we're never going to be good at everything right away. Just because you don't have a natural talent at something doesn't mean that you're not going to be you're not going to master that thing. So we need to plan strategically. So success rarely happens by chance. We have to develop a well thought out plan that outlines the steps we need to take to achieve our goals. We need to break it down into smaller goals, smaller manageable goals, and we need to create a timeline to stay on track. So we need to regularly review and adjust our plan as needed. So, what we were talking about before, you need to break it down into small, actionable steps, and preferably daily steps. But what if that's not working for you? What if the 500 words is not working for you? Then you need to review and adjust the plan. So it may take longer, but let's say you could do 250 words a day. Then adjust it to 250 words. Just know that it's going to take longer, but you need to adjust your goals into something that is manageable for you. Because I don't have children, I don't have a spouse, so 500 words a day, sometimes more, is fine for me. But people who are running around, chauffeuring the kids to soccer practice and taking them back and forth to school and going to their jobs and picking up the dry cleaning and going shopping and all of that might not have time to do 250 words a day. Although John Grisham would write on his yellow pad before every court case, and if you just write every time you have a few minutes. I write a lot of my novels on my phone. I write it in Google Docs on my phone. To and from work, when I've got a lunch break, when I've got a break at work, I write on my phone. I also write in my head, so I know what's going to happen next. I'm always thinking about what I'm doing next. I'm always planning in my head, but not all people are like that. So, you got to write down your vision. You got to write down your goals, your actionable steps in order to get to that vision. But you also have to, take stock and review. How is this working for you? Is there another way we could do this? Can we try something else? Because we need to, strategically plan, but we also need to experiment. Experiment with 250 words. If 500 words is, really easy for you, then let's try 750 words. Or if you want to plan for a marathon, how many miles do you need to run a day? You start out with a half a mile or a quarter of a mile, and you work your way up. So we need to work our way up to where we want to be. We can't think to ourselves, if we're out of shape, that we need to run 5 miles. That's not going to be a good thing. That is not going to be a healthy thing. So we need to work our way up to it. So we need to have daily goals. We need to break our visions up into smaller goals. Then we need to have daily goals, and we need to work up to our goals. And we need to review and make sure that they are working for us and that we are making progress with those goals. And we also need to set up systems that are going to make sure that we succeed. Let's say your financial goal is that you want to pay off your debts. Well, if you just say you're going to pay off your debts without a system in place, you're going to set yourself up for failure. So one of the quickest ways to pay off your debts is to have the money taken out of your account every month for those specific places. Your credit cards, your hospital bills, whatever. You need to put them on auto pay, because that's going to prevent you from having to think about paying your bills. And then the money's already gone and you can't spend it. So you're setting yourself up for success. We also need to set ourselves up for success by delegating things that we don't like to do. So there is somebody who, likes the accounting portion of your business, or likes, to edit video, or likes to edit books. Delegate those tasks to people who like to do them, and you spend your time on things that you like to do. But caution here, There is always going to be things that you've got to do that you don't want to do. It's part of being an adult, and it's part of, growing up. We do things we don't like to do. A lot of us have day jobs that we would rather not go to because that's not where our talents and gifts, lie. But we do it because we need to pay the bills. We need to get food on the table. We need to, have the lights in our house, the electricity. We need water, to take a shower with and cook with. We do things that we don't want to do because that is part of being an adult. It's a trade-off. I go to work, I get money, I'm able to pay my bills. But it's a trade-off. So we need to set systems in place like daily routines and, auto pay, and we need to set them in place and maybe even have an accountability partner so that we are forced to do those things. We are forced to do our goals. Like one of my novels, I put it up, and I put it up as a podcast every week so that I am committed to having to write on that novel and not, put it aside. Because people are invested, people are listening to that other podcast, my science fiction podcast, where they're listening to my book, and they're going to be upset if, they don't hear what else is happening in the book. So the, next chapter. So, I set myself up that I'm accountable to the people who are listening to it. So we need to, break down our vision into manageable steps. We need to have daily action. We need to set up systems to help us, force us to achieve these goals. And we need to continue learning. Because too many times we don't continue learning. We think we know it all. But we need to never stop learning. We need to invest in our education. That is the best thing you're going to invest in, is your education, and you're going to invest in yourself. Okay? Because nobody's going to believe in you unless you believe in you. So we need to read books, attend workshops, take online courses. It's easier than ever to learn new things and new skills. So what is it that you don't know at this moment that you need to learn in order to be able to achieve that vision? What are those skills that you need to learn? So you can volunteer in places where you will learn those skills. You will be able, and if you do that, you'll be able to pick the brains of people who actually know how to do it. And the more knowledge and skills we acquire, the more we'll be equipped to take on and tackle challenges and seize opportunities. If you volunteer, that could lead you to different opportunities. And we also need to be careful with our time. Time is a precious resource which we don't have enough of. We all have 24 hours in a day. Whether you're Beyonce or Rick Springfield or you're Oprah or you're the President of the United States or the King of England, you have the same 24 hours in a day. So we need to learn to manage it effectively. We need to prioritize our tasks. We need to avoid procrastination. So we need to limit the amount of time we are scrolling through YouTube and scrolling through Instagram and running down that, getting dropped down that rabbit hole, and we need to create daily routines that maximize our productivity. We need to remember that success is often the result of consistent, focused effort over time. A good book to read is the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, because that book teaches you that what we do on a daily basis, compounded over time, is going to get us the results that we need. So we need to focus on a daily routine. And how is that daily routine going to maximize our productivity? Like I said, I write 500 words a day, but I also want to learn Italian, so I do one Italian lesson a day. And I listen to 30 minutes of an audiobook every day on whatever I'm trying to learn, whatever skill I'm trying to hone. And I have these things in my daily routine, Monday through Friday, even Saturday and Sunday, so that I can become better every day. And I can achieve my goals. And we also need to build a strong network. We need to surround ourselves with individuals who inspire, challenge, and support us. We need a strong network that will provide us with insight, opportunities, and a sense of community. One that we can collaborate with and exchange ideas with and learn from other people's experiences. And we also need to embrace adaptability, because maybe your goal, your vision, is not going to be accomplished by the routine that you've got right now. We need to review it and figure out how we can change that routine. We can change those goals in order to get us to our vision. So we need to adapt. And we also need to practice self-care, because too many times when we're going after our goals, we think about everybody else. You know, our family members, our friends, we're checking in on them, but we're not checking in on ourselves. What can you do to maximize your self-care every day? Is it drinking 64 ounces of water? Is it taking your daily vitamins, eating better, going for a run, exercising at the gym, going to take you time at Starbucks or a coffee shop? What is it that is going to help you care for yourself? And maybe it's just listening to music for a half an hour. And then we need to celebrate our milestones. Anything that we achieve over the course of time, all those small victories, we need to celebrate those. And what is your reward system? Maybe develop a list of rewards, things you get if you achieve a certain goal. Maybe it's going on vacation. Maybe it's going to a concert. Maybe, it's going to the park for the afternoon and having a picnic. But we need to celebrate our victories, because if we don't celebrate our victories, we don't see how much progress we have actually made. Remember, success is not a destination, but a continuous pursuit. It's about progress, growth, and making a positive impact. As you navigate your path, keep these principles in mind, and may your journey be filled with determination, fulfillment, and the joy of accomplishment. I believe in you. Until next time.
You have been listening to the Anna Gale Lines podcast. If you'd like to learn more about Anna Gale, you can go to AnnaGaleLines.com. It's AnnaGaleLynes.com. And there you can download 2 free chapters of her book, Unshakable Purpose. And you can also download her latest science fiction mystery novel called The Last Chance Station for free. You can also buy her fiction and nonfiction books on the website, Amazon, BN.com, Lulu, and many other online outlets. Sign up for the newsletter to keep updated as to what's going on in the world of the Anna Gale Lines podcast and Space Static Mysteries podcast, her fiction podcast, where you can hear installments of her novels. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being you.